Hey, there's some baseball stuff happening.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper with his beautiful hair.
Great.
Handsome face.
Oh, yeah.
Great beard.
Incredible baseball resume.
Yeah.
Okay, and name. Manfred came in there. Hey, boys, how we doing?
Yeah. You sour cat.
Hey, how you doing? We doing? Bryce. You negotiating with us. We don't want to hear, because allegedly there was something about going around a PA as well, and how is that whole thing going to go? I heard some rumblings at the All-Star game when I was talking to some of the players about some of their fears and everything like that. Literally, right?
Yeah.
I was an All-Star.
Yeah, embedded in it.
This feels like there's some big shit right around the corner here for baseball. Like, very, very big. We're talking about baseball being in a surge. Okay, that's what we've been talking about.
Right.
And I think we all, 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler, I think we all agree baseball is doing a little something.
Yeah, biggest stars showing up in the biggest moments, and that's when you get the casuals in. That's what any big-time sports win. That's what the kind of run the MLB has been on.
Home run derby up like 5-6%, I forget what it was. I mean, every baseball good right now.
Yeah.
But then if you forecasted the future in this moment, it's like, oh, no. Is this all for naught? Are we about to take a massive step backwards and they're not going to be able to get a new CBA done? Is the salary cap going to get implemented and people are going to get pissed? Are the players going to not only maybe get struck like a strike, but are they going to get held out, locked out of this entire thing? I mean, it feels like there's some real shit brewing. When does this all happen? And we're going to have Jett Passan on at 12:45, 12:40-ish. This feels real for baseball, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, it didn't really happen, but it kind of started with the COVID year when because they basically were saying, like, hey, if you're one of these players who's making a bunch of money, you're going to have to take like 60% of your salary because we're having less games. And all those guys were like, no, absolutely not. So obviously you get guys who are signing $750 million, or a guy like Bryce Harper, Judge, they're making $400 million. Like, if a salary cap is implemented, like, guess what? Those guys are going to be standing to make a lot less money, probably, you would think, because teams aren't going to be able to pay these exorbitant numbers for one player. And let's just say the stars of the game, when it's been played one way for forever, they're not all of a sudden going to be the ponies who just say, like, yeah, go ahead, you can cut my salary in half. That's fine. That's
half?
okay.
That's probably dropping, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys stand to lose, like, a lot of money. Hundreds of millions of dollars. And they're not going to go quietly into the night. I
laugh because, like, that is the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
That is real deal. If the salary cap gets put in place, they'll start putting percentages on each player. Hey, your best hitter gets this percentage of the salary cap. This pitcher gets this, just like football does.
Yeah.
And that's going to obviously cap things. I assume it will make a lot of ass teams more competitive because if there was a cap, there would be a floor.
They'll have to spend to the floor, right?
So we'll talk to Passan. We'll talk to Passan a little bit, see what he's got going on. Anything else happening in baseball?
Yeah, there's still, some gambling allegations.
What? More negativity?
Yeah, same team, baseball? Too. So it's kind of, we'll see. I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, specifically in the bullpen in Cleveland, but they're saying a lot of these guys are very suspect right now.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So, like, Emmanuel Clase, who 2 years ago, he was, like, arguably the best closer in baseball, and he's just been bad this year. And then, so this comes out that says, like, we think he might be, we don't know yet, he's placed on administrative leave. There could be a gambling situation. So then some of the sleuths go out and, like, look at some of his pitches. Yeah, there's this situation where he had, 22 pitches with an 0-0 count with the bases empty. And this guy went through and was basically wow, a lot of these are uncompetitive.
Oh, no. How about Han Runta here going, could have made a lot of money if we knew what was happening here. Pretty obvious is what they're saying. Now, these are all allegations, obviously.
Right.
And the ball can hold onto your finger a little bit longer and he can throw it in the dirt. We watch people go out there for the first pitch all the time, put it in the dirt.
Yeah.
I tried to do it, put it in the dirt a little bit.
Right.
So we can see how that could happen.
Right.
But, man, whenever there's which is what this is, just an allegation.
Correct.
These are just allegations. Okay, I think there's been some that have come to fruition and people have been banned forever.
Correct.
But there is just an allegation here. All the sports where there's allegations on these players, not only are you guys being told you're cheats, okay? Now you got people going through your entire career looking for your most ass players.
And they're good.
And they are good at finding them.
Yeah, they'll find them.
I don't know if it's Grok. I don't know if it's Mr. GPT or Mr. GPT. I don't know who it is. But if somebody's getting an allegation against them that they're throwing games, people are automatically thinking that that's a negative. So whenever these guys look worse than they've ever looked before, that is whenever they were giving it away. That's a tell. And they find them.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, guys look like ass.
Yeah.
In every sport.
Fans of the Guardians who are like, what's going on with this guy. He's also one of like the biggest pieces to potentially get traded, and so I have no idea. He's been placed on administrative leave, I think, to like the end of August. Obviously Eugenio Suarez, he's the other big piece who might get traded. He got hit in the hand last night. X-rays were negative, so he doesn't have anything broken.
That's scary.
But
happened to Shohei, right?
Well, and the big thing with him was the Tigers. They're playing the Tigers, and they're saying like the Tigers are the team who need him. Like they might. So like what a just
nice job. Father.
Yeah, the universe working against you. We might want to trade for this guy. Let's drill him in the hand.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who has covered a sport for us over the last few years that has kept us interested in a sport that we should have been loving all along. Obviously, the MLB is taking. I'm sorry, I saw a lot of baseball people get mad that I say the MLB. Am I just supposed to say MLB?
It's MLB.
Obviously,
what?
MLB.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, I'm never going to do that.
It's Major League Baseball. You wouldn't say
the Major League Baseball. I get it, but it's like the league.
Yeah, you say it for every.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
The
National Football League, the National Basketball Association, the Major League Baseball.
Sounds stupid.
It does.
But that's.
But hey,
I'm going to say the MLB.
A lot of people do that. You don't have to. I mean,
but I want to let you know the baseball people have attacked pretty hard.
I know. I get it.
Because there's Manfred giving an answer, and the one comment, the biggest comment said. He's talking to a guy that said the MLB. None of this should count. It's like, God damn. Ladies and gentlemen, why didn't you tell me, Jett Passan? Why didn't you tell me, Jett? And the green screen ain't working. I see it's green. Jesus.
Dude, I have wanted to say to you for so long, it's not the MLB.
I know. I'm sure you have. Right back there. I got murdered. I got absolute murder. Just trying to do the
Kill that.
The baseball.
You know what? Listen. I appreciate the fact that you acknowledged it too, because you're right. If we're talking syntactically here, the Major League Baseball, it just doesn't work. But listen, as long as you care, I don't care if you call it MLB, the MLB, just baseball, whatever you want to call it. As long as you like baseball, that is what matters.
Okay, I am turning into a baseball lover, so I think that's a good thing. Now, I will say,
I love that.
Football highlights all over the place. Distracted.
Yeah.
There is I'm running. I'm a dog running, and all of a sudden there's a barbecue here. And baseball is fun. Geno Smith just threw a dime to a guy named Dante. They said it was the darts. It was only one. Okay, all right, then we're back here. So baseball, football right now kind of colliding, and I think it will continue for the rest of baseball season. But let's talk about the baseball's future, shall we? Because I do care about baseball, and I'm getting into baseball. And is it a bad time to get into the baseball? Hey, this Bryce Harper stuff with Rob Manfred, interesting. Then the conversations that I was having with people whenever we were lucky enough to be at the Home Run Derby, both players and other folks, it's like, hey, this CBA thing's a real problem. When is this? And baseball can't shoot itself in the foot right now. It feels like everything's going in a great direction. Do you agree?
I would like to believe that that's the case, Pat, because the collective bargaining agreement doesn't expire until December 1st, 2026. So we got like another full year plus before it even becomes an issue and labor or a lockout potentially is in play. But where it's at right now isn't great. And I think the confrontation between Bryce Harper and Rob Manfred really illustrates the two parties that we have going on here. On one side, you've got owners, and the owners, both publicly but particularly privately, have been talking about implementing a salary cap. There's a salary cap in the NFL, in the NBA, in the NHL. Why does Major League Baseball not have one? And the players, on the other hand, are like, you know what? And Bryce Harper, I think, believes this too. Generations of players before the ones who are playing right now fought specifically to avoid getting a salary cap so you could have as free of a market as possible. And so the people who play this sport can be paid what they deserve, and that there's no limitations on it. There's no constrictions on salary, on length, on anything like that. If a guy is phenomenal and he's out there in free agency, he can get 15 years in $765 million like Juan Soto did. And so you have these two sides that have completely conflicting opinions. And beyond that, Pat, you have a history here. It's been since the 1970s that owners have been pushing for a salary cap in MLB. They lost the World Series in 1994 because players went on strike to avoid having a salary cap. So there's a deep history here, and you're seeing a lot of the same arguments, you're seeing a lot of the same points, But I would like to believe that at the end of the day, everybody involved understands. Yeah, I mean, everybody involved needs to understand that you cannot lose a season. You absolutely cannot lose a season because baseball is in a good place right now. Baseball has people like you who they're bringing in and who are actually watching the game and seeing it and being like, hey, like, turns out baseball's good.
Cool sport. But a lot of games. Yeah. Cool sport.
They've got a long way to go and a large gap to bridge before they get to the point where I think the sides are going to agree on something. And I just hope the 2027 season is not the casualty to get there.
All right, a couple years from now, let's assume that leverage is being flexed by both sides right now and that a good negotiation will take place and collective bargaining will happen and we'll continue to have greats playing great baseball, which is great for baseball right now. But I will say, Bryce. Absolutely. Yeah. The boys, I know there's some Spanish speakers in there that don't understand a lot of English, so maybe somebody had to translate to them what was happening there. That's what I learned at the home run.
Oh, no, nobody needed to translate what was happening. When Bryce Harper's holding a bat and walks up to the commissioner and says, if you want to talk about a salary cap, you can exactly what you said right there. Yeah, it's and here's the thing. Manfred went right back at him.
Yes.
Like,
give me a bat.
How about that?
Nobody gives him a bat. I need a bat. That would be, oh man, what a moment. That's baseball, baby. Okay, all right.
You know, Pat. You know what that is, though. This is the first shot in the war.
He takes all their bats.
You don't get a bat.
He takes all of them. They can't play anymore.
You know what? That looks like that's not regulation.
This is mine.
This is mine. That's mine. Hey, let's send them all the big seamed baseballs
yeah. You
to this team. Right?
Where are your baseballs?
We only got 3 minutes. We only got 3 minutes to a hard out. There's other things happening in baseball that are also, sorry, baseball, not great for baseball. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Jett, what is going on with the Emmanuel Clase situation? Obviously, he's like one of the big targets this year around the trade deadline, but now there's the gambling investigation. He's been placed on leave. So what's going on there? Is this an issue? Because all these guys are from the Guardians, and also not just him. Eugenio Suarez got hit in the hand the other day. A lot of people were nervous he might have broken it. How does that impact his trade value and what's going to happen? Just quickly, what's going on with those two guys?
2 minutes, Jett.
I can do this easy. No broken finger for Eugenio Suarez. When you have hand issues, it can really sap your power, but I don't think teams are concerned at this point because there is no break there. He's going to be fine. He's going to get a haul. The Diamondbacks are going to do great. In terms of Emmanuel Clase, things are not quite as great because when you see multiple multiple players from the same team, you worry like, oh God, could this be another situation like the Black Sox, where everybody is involved in something? Now, it was interesting to see the Guardians put out a statement yesterday saying that it is expected that these will be the only two players who are involved in it. Major League Baseball continues to do its investigation right now, and the Guardians are not going to say that if MLB doesn't give them a sense that they haven't found anything yet. And yet we also know that these sorts of things tend to have different layers to them. So I'm not going to sit here and say the Guardians are in the clear at this point. I hope as a baseball fan, and for the sake of Major League Baseball, that is the case. But Pat, let's be honest about this. When you have micro bets that exist, when you can bet on something like, is this going to be a ball or is this going to be a strike, you are running the risk of having a 1,200 player population that is not all going to be immune to chasing the money, regardless of how much they make. And so Major League Baseball, however much it works with betting integrity firms, absolutely needs to be pushing for the elimination of those sorts of bets.
Okay, and are they going to check into umpires at all? Did you see this? I saw this codify. Hey, nope, ball.
Excuse me?
What?
That.
Not great.
Excuse me?
But you just talked about micro betting and everything like that. It's like, I don't want to say, hey, that's obnoxious, but that is, right? As somebody that doesn't really follow.
No, yeah, without a doubt. I'd guess he probably apologized not too long after that.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes guys miss stuff. That's
That happens sometimes when
that is what the ABS challenge system is going to be for. That's why robot umpires are necessary, period.
All right. We appreciate the hell out of you. Obviously, gambling, 182 games, how many pitches, what you can do with baseball. It is ripe for the picking. Hopefully, it doesn't continue to be a thing.
Jett, can Clase still be traded or no? Like, does this affect that?
Quick.
I don't think anyone's going to be trading for him.
I figured, but
How many games?
162 in a season.
I gave an extra 20. I wish. Yeah, yes.
Well, with the playoffs.
All right.
Baseball fan.
That's
Big baseball
MLB,
show.
baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jett Passan. Thank you, buddy.
Hey, Jett.
I didn't like the condescending big baseball fan. Okay, Jett, you're part of the problem. We'll be back on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice.